Budget workshop. I know, Jake, you've got some things.
Got something.
Let's go.
One of the questions that I have is, well, a few things. At the beginning of this, when we received our white copies, there was a general fund, looks like balance of $300,114. And then when I'm looking at our treasurer's report for May 11th, our general fund balance is at $158,405. So I guess I just, for clarification, I need to know what all funds tally in here to give us our fund balance of $300,000.
Well, again, if you ask the questions in the office, I can answer them. I don't have the paperwork in front of you.
Come on.
How are you gonna deal with this?
Please.
Did you add the general fund amount and the savings account amount together?
And that's $258,828.
Okay.
Call it 29.
When we started this year, we had a 310,000 fund balance. We're not done with this year. When we're done with this year, at this particular point in time, we are not using any fund balance. We normally don't use any fund balance. I think last year might have been the first year that we did, because we did a road project, or it might have been the year before. I'd have to check it. The $310,000, well, minus the DARE money, should be there at the end of the year. We won't know until the year's done. This is a floating budget. There's money coming in at various times during the year. We still have state revenue money to come in. We still have Act 51 money to come in. We have fees money. We have all kinds of money that come in. The majority of the big expenses, with the exception of what we need right now, are already in. We've already paid for the salt. We've already paid for the anything else that we use on a yearly basis. So looking at those numbers at this particular point in time doesn't mean a thing.
Well, and the reason why I was bringing that up, because I was looking, going back to the Village of Good Rich, Michigan Statement of Revenues, Expenses, and Changes in Net Assets, back from June 30th of 2004 to current. And we have a trend of losing money. So, just for thoughts, from June 30th, 2004, we were at $1.9 million for net assets. Ending in 2014, we're at $1.2 million. So, and I don't see anywhere in the budget to where we're going to be trying to bring our assets back up, except that we just keep spending. So, at the beginning of our first budget meeting, there was talks that we're going to be counting paper clips and doing what we can. We haven't counted anything except to add more personnel and raises to the thing, so I don't know where the money's being saved at. That being said, I have some other questions in here, but I would like the proposal to at least be entertained that we cut out a Friday shift, which is only 4 hours. That's going to save roughly $24,000. If you like, you could add 30 minutes to everybody's day so that they can actually have a lunch. Because somebody who works 8 hours, who doesn't have to take a lunch, is 9 times out of 10 taking a lunch, but you're paying them for their lunch, so they're actually only working 7.5 hours, or however long they decide to sit there. But if we got rid of the 4 hours on the Friday, again, you're gonna save $24,000. That's gonna fund most of the stuff that you're looking at to hire another third DPW, the insurance costs and whatnot. It even covers your cost of living raise that you're gonna get, even though it's not really gonna be reflected because you're taking 4 hours a week out of someone's pay, but they're still getting the raise. Again, when I came up to the village on a Friday, there was only one person that I seen in the office working. And I'm not asking if they were on vacation, if they were out running errands or whatnot, but I mean, even if somebody wanted to take a 3-day weekend instead of burning 4 hours of vacation or excuse personal time, whatever they get, that's kind of a waste, because now you're screwing yourself up getting a full week's vacation. So why not just let them have 3 days off? So a 4-day work week works well. And again, I know Jackie has said in the past, well, we do take a lot of calls from the township. I don't understand the purpose of paying our employees to answer township calls. If the township wants their calls answered, they can hire their own employees.
We do other things.
No, I understand. I get that, but that's a logic, at least of that. So I would just kind of like that to be entertained. I mean, I'm not really for or against hiring the third DPW worker. I think some changes could be made, and if it's hiring somebody just to see how he plays out, see what happens in the future. I personally think that'd be kind of the wrong avenue to go. You know, guys, I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, everybody in here campaigned for the position. You're stating that you heard, you know, people saying they wanted another DPW or they wanted improvements to the roads. I can kind of come in here and say I heard quite the opposite. They'd like to see a lot of this go to the Genesee County. I'm not here to debate that, but I think if we were to actually hire a third DPW worker, what I would have thought we would have seen coming from this council would have been statements, work, paper, so to speak, work dot logs of works that was performed, projects that are held up because we don't have this employee here, work that's not getting caught up, work that can't get done. None of that was presented, so just going on hearsay isn't warranted for the amount of monies that we have coming in. If you look, if you actually ran the numbers, for the amount of money that we spend out in just employees, and so I'm not trying to throw something by you, but this includes his wages, FICA, because it's taxes, we have to pay the taxes, the employees, we have to pay the taxes, your Medicare, their benefits, their retirement, we pay $358,000, $541. And that is not including the council wages or any of our committee wages. So there's a good third of our money that comes out just in wages and benefits and whatnot alone. So somewheres in this budget, gentlemen, we have got to find money if you wanna have these raises and hire another DPW worker. And I don't see any of us trying to come to any kind of collusion anywheres in here to save money in order to do that. Again, nothing has changed since last year. We still have a drain problem. We still have a dam problem issue that's coming up, even though it's not on our agendas anymore. Those issues still are here. You guys didn't pass a raise last year because of those issues. Nothing has changed. Now we're hiring another third DPW worker, and we're giving cost of living raises. So that's my proposal on that.